All right, so here are two banded hip mobilizations that you can do if you're having pain in your squat. You can use your green or your blue set for set band. Either one's good. I prefer using the green, so that's what we're gonna use today. The way that I like to use this is as a warm-up as well as general maintenance. If I'm using it as a warm-up, I'm not gonna do a ton. That way I don't create too much laxity in the joint, but I want to do enough so that I can mobilize my joint just a little bit. So you're going to start by hooking the band around the rack here, and then just like we did with our ankle mobilization, you're going to get your leg inside the band. Now from here, what I want you to do is get in the lunge position. I'm going to turn and face you so you can see a little bit more, but what this is going to do is it's going to start to pull your leg back. Now see how it's out at an angle just a little bit. I'm not directly in front of the band. I'm off to the side just a little bit, so it's pulling my leg to the side as well as back behind me. Now from here, I'm going to lunge forward and pull my leg across. What this is going to do is it's going to fulcrum your hip out. So just coming right here and small mobilizations. Again, if you feel too much of a stretch, you can back it off. If you don't feel enough of a stretch, if you don't feel enough of mobilization, you can go ahead, lunge a little bit further forward, but it is a small movement across your body. We call this adduction. You're adding your body across your body, or adding your leg across your body, and that is going to give you a nice hip mobilization. Great for a warm-up before squat, and then we'll get into the next mobilization. So the next movement you're going to do to warm up your hip is going to be similar, but it's going to be the exact opposite setup. So you still have your band set up to the rack, but now instead of having the front of your hip in the band, you're going to have the back of your hip. So it's going to be pulling across your glute just like this. We have our opposite leg forward this time, and now the band is helping push our hip into extension. So the mobilization here, instead of flexing the hip, you're going to extend the hip. This aids in your glute firing, right? So this is acting as extra glute muscle right here and pushing your hip forward. You should feel a stretch in the front. That will be your hip flexors, your psoas. And then you'll also have the joint moving just a little bit. So again, not a sustained stretch here, but you're going to do mobilizations, maybe 5 to 10 reps, and then come on in, switch legs. You don't want to loosen up your psoas too much, but you want to create a little bit of a stretch there. That's going to help activate it just slightly, and it's going to really help alleviate the pain that you have in the front of your hip when you're squatting.